Hello everyone. Hello and welcome back to the Great Tony Chronicles. So we're still trying to find out what happened to Inspector Gregson. Last time, I was trying to remember what happened, but we managed to narrow down what Gregson was working on. It seems to be related to the Red-Headed League. So we're gonna have testimonies from those guys. Yeah, so let's see what they have to say. 2nd of November, 12:33 p.m. The Old Bailey defendant's antechamber. Oh, very well. Oh, what kept you, my dear fellow? Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Gina? Oh, you sure about what you said in there? The boss, you know, actually died the day before. It's pretty hard to swallow. Oh yes, I was shocked by the revelation too, Gina. As was I, possibly more shocked than both of you. It's not a competition, Mr. Sholmes. But I was more shocked than all of you put together. This is the autopsy report in question, is it? Ah yes, it's strange that there's no time of death noted. Wait. I suppose there's a simple explanation. Or perhaps it was a deliberate omission. Oh dear, if it was deliberate, it puts me in mind of the last case we worked on, and Dr. Scythe. I know. Anyway, it seems that on the day before Lord Van Zieks discovered his body, Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League, so perhaps something happened with them. Come to think of it. You had trouble with those League men too, didn't you, Mr. Sholmes? You were taken in by that trick? Oh, no. Naturally, I wasn't taken in, as you put it. My sleuth-hound interest was merely piqued slightly by the rare scent of a weekly £4 income. And that scent masks the underlying scent of deception, I suppose. Oh, the two criminals in question are the pair we saw being arrested yesterday, aren't they? In Mr. Sholmes' suite, I mean. Oh. That's right, Zeus. And it was me who took him in. Thanks to a tip-off by a good law-abiding citizen. Indeed. Yours truly. So it's going to be that pair in the witness stand next, is it? Something doesn't quite make sense to me, though. The day before Inspector Gregson was found, you hadn't had trouble with the Red-Headed League yet, had you? Why would the inspector have been investigating them? Oh well, the likely explanation would be that Gregson's own sleuth-hound interest was piqued by the rare scent of a weekly £4 income. Don't tar him with the same brush as you, Sholmes. Oh yes, well, then there's the whole issue of Inspector Gregson being investigated by Lord Van Zieks for some reason. Oh, the Reaper. The Red-Headed League. Inspector Gregson. Lord Van Zeeks. And Kazuma. Oh. I feel as though he knew we'd arrive at this point somehow. Oh gosh, I think you're right. What's he really trying to achieve here today? All the answers will soon be revealed. Observe the time, my dear fellow. What? This recess will be over very shortly. Ah yes, you're right. Oh, Kazuma was determined that he should be the one to prosecute this trial. And he was determined that I should take the defense. Just what is it that he's hoping to make me see? I wonder. I get the feeling we're a long way from the end of this trial yet. Oh dear, how many hours? Are you ready then, Susato-san? Oh, yes! Oof. Second of November, 1 p.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again. We resume the closed court hearing of Baron Van Zeeks, here present, who stands accused of murder. And now then, Prosecutor Asugi. My lord, have you summoned the witnesses as requested? Yes, the two members of the Red-Headed League who planned and carried out the deception. Hi, Pakishtu. How are you doing today? I hope it's not too hot today. They arrived not long ago from the local prison by police carriage. Good. Ah, nice. You made madeleines. Oh, that's nice. Are they just plain ones, or did you pimp them up somehow? Plain. Okay. Well, that's very nice. Very good. Oh yeah, see, he agrees. Bailiff, usher the two men to the courtroom. Vanilla with just a touch of almond. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, the tall one is French and the small one is Italian. That's why he's eating pasta. These two men are currently being held by the police on suspicion of attempted extortion. You may omit your occupations, but state your names now for the court. I am Fabien de Rousseau, a descendant of the great de Rousseau family from Nice, en France. And my name is Peppino de Rossi. How can he talk while he's eating? I am the third son of the great Familia de Rossi, the landowners from Napoli. The two men first became acquainted at a boarding school for European nobility. Those who graduate from Temsic are the future leaders of Europe. But Do you have any idea how boring it is to be born with noble blood? Alors, I make it my mission to get the better of the world by employing the little grey cells of my brain. That is all I'm trying to do, eh? That's an easy one. So that's the reason. That's the only reason for this whole grand deception you've been carrying out. Oui, you could say that. Not bad, eh? He has the grand ideals, but the petty plans. This strange combination is the charm of the Hilarious brothers. Hilarious brothers. Wow. Hilarious. We have a coworker who has pretty much as good an English accent as the Rousseau. Oh dear. That must be annoying. I don't know if you were here when played this game. It's oh, I forgot his name. Its name. It's a game where you investigate something happening on an island. You play a French guy, but he doesn't have a French accent. And I was kinda disappointed at first, but then I realized, wow, hearing like hours of dialogue from a guy who has a very bad French accent, well, English accent, would have been very annoying, I think. But he could have a little bit of it. Anyway. Si, capo. I need to make my mind about that. Listen to me, Peppino. I have two things to say to you. Two things. Hey, Che, are you about to tell me one of your grandi anecdote? Evviva! Firstly, I want to stop calling me. I want you to stop calling me this capo. And secondly, we are not the Hilarious brothers. This is serious business. Oh, Cepello, there it is. The capo trumps a card. The fraud bro. It is deep, eh, capo? The furrow and the meaning of your words. The court has been led to believe that under the banner of the Red-Headed League, you have conspired to swindle money from unsuspecting members of the public. Is this true? Oui, c'est ça. And what exactly was the nature of this deception by which you planned to defraud? Oh, no, I will explain it. No, capo, leave it to me. As you see, we both have the vivid red hair, no? At school, we were teased for this without pity. The capo here, he was many times behind the schoolhouse, crying like the Trevi fountain. Hey, those dogs! One day the world will respect us, redheads! Every night he would bury his head. C'est bien, Peppino. Enough. I will explain the rest. The first step was the newspaper advertisement. About 1 week before the plan was put into operation, we listed the same notice in every paper in London. Ah yes, we saw that notice. It was this one, I believe, entitled to the Red-Headed League. Oui, c'est ça. I am honored that you have seen it. It states that the only condition for joining the league is having flame-colored hair. Oh, by the way, I'm not sure I mentioned, but I was wondering why in the cutscenes, Ryunosuke had a very weird voice. I just couldn't place it, and I checked, and his voice actor is German. So it's a German guy of Japanese descent, but clearly he doesn't speak Japanese. And he doesn't speak English that well either, so it's kind of weird. Anyway, and that if you satisfy the interview panel and are admitted into the league. How do you voice a man with a heavy Italian accent imitating a man with a heavy French accent speaking English? Yeah, it's at some point you have to I don't know. I can't do. I've got a limit to how many things I can do at once. That's why Gina's voice isn't too different from mine. Only the accent. You could receive a weekly income of £4. Wait, what's the phrase before? And that if you satisfy the interview panel and are admitted into the league, you could receive a weekly income of £4. On the day specified, red-headed hopefuls gathered in droves at a park specified in the advertisement. And from each person present, Despair took an application fee of 5 shillings. Oh, it's a... Is it a Ponzi scheme? Oh, and with the money to France. It was a plan most elegant, no? Elegant. Well, yeah. No, it was the most dishonorable. But to be frank, I'm stunned anybody was foolish enough to be taken in by such an obvious trick. You mean like Sholmes? Oh, the park was described by one witness as choked with red-headed folks, like a coaster's orange barrow. And the day on which all these men gathered to apply was the day before the victim was discovered. Crucially, these 2 men spoke face to face with every single person present that day. Oui, I have seen more red-headed people in one day than I will see in the rest of my life. Oh, see, and now, every time I see the couple's hair, I feel sick to my stomach. Anyway, why have we been summoned here today? Sorry? The date for our trial was not until tomorrow, I was told. Naturally, neither of these men have been told any details about this trial. They've only been shown this photograph. Oh, very good. So, Mr. De Russo and Mr. De Rossi. Oh no, that's not the same. You will now give your formal testimony for the court. Oh, is it the same? Oh, I just didn't realize De Russo? Is it? Could it refer to hair color? I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure. Never saw it that way. De Rossi. Rossi must be red. I don't know. On the subject of the gentleman pictured in this photograph. Oh, of course. We are always ready to help with the law. Witness testimony. The man in the photograph. We had more than 1,000 red-headed people assembled in the park on Lime Street that day. Oh, but I don't recall the man is in this photograph. Aye, capo. No, I don't remember him. Obviously, he's dead now, but I assure you he was not in the park. Wait, what's my controller? Is acting weird. Controller. Okay. Allora, this victim is nothing to do with us. Porco Rosso is translated as the Crimson Pig. Porco Rosso, yeah. It is what it means. The red pig. Actually, never heard it pronounced with an Italian accent. That's kind of weird. Oh, you have a lot of you have a lot to answer for, Peppino. It is your fault that we got caught in the first place. You've given sworn testimony that this man in the photograph was not present. Can you be certain? Oui, I am quite certain. We did not interview this man. Nobody looking like this came to the park. This I can promise. It must be noted that you have been arrested for a grand deception, however. I mean, they've interviewed like 1,000 people and they could remember each of them. Hmm? Accordingly, this court has little confidence in your assurances. Oof. With this attitude, we get nowhere. Oh, he's really sulking now. He's really sulking now. This confidential document was obtained directly from Scotland Yard. It records an entry from the inspector's private diary, dated the day before the incident. Wait, which incident? It reads, Lime Street, Red-Headed League, undercover. I have the answer. Maybe there was another similar event in the park on the day in question, i.e. Oh, certainly, that's the most probable answer. Oh, that is ridiculous. Oh, there's no question that Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League. Which means it's quite possible that's when he was killed. Oh, very well. The defense may proceed with the cross-examination now. Yes, my lord. The man in the photograph. Okay. We had more than 1,000 red-headed people assembled in the park on Lime Street that day. Hold it! 1,000 people? That's a very big crowd. It was quite a spectacle. Redheads had come from all over the capital. See, the capo here. He has the magnetismo animale. Aye? Nobody else could attract so many people. If I could be born again, I would be the capo. All those people wanted all those people wanted was the money, Peppino. The £4 per week. Are you suggesting that you spoke personally with all 1,000 applicants? Oui, that we did, because every one of them paid us 5 shillings. Oh, we take out their names, and we take out their money, and we take out their addresses as well. And then I tell them we take some days to let them know by a post. È finito, maybe 2 minuti a person. We start early in the morning and we stop late in the night. So you earned 5,000 shillings in one day? That's a small fortune. Who'd have thought there were 1,000 such gullible redheads in London to start with? Well, there might not be that many. Oh, one of whom was a great detective with chemically altered hair. Oh, but I don't recall the man in this photograph. Okay. He doesn't look at all familiar. No, I don't think so. And this is a wig away. He was trying to trick us. I do not like the people who are trying to trick the other people. Says the con artist. If between them they interviewed 1,000 people with red hair, it would be unreasonable to expect them to remember every face. Oh, no, signore. It may be small. But my memory is very large. Wait, I may be small, but my memory is very large. I never forget a thing. In my opinion, I do not think this man was in the park. Oh, but he's not going to give the court a definitive, it seems. No, but he's not going to give the court definite, it seems. Hey, Capo, you didn't see a man like this, eh? No, I don't remember him. And obviously he's dead now, but I assure you, he was not in the park. Hold it! But according to what you said, you spoke with 1,000 or more people that day. Oui, that's true. My eyes were burning by the end of the day. Surely then, you can't actually remember every single face. How are you so certain that this particular man wasn't present? And normally, the red hair is very distinctive, eh? But not when you have 1,000 redheads crowding around. Then it's just an eyesore. But if there was some other information you could give us, maybe then we could recall. Oh, that is not the line, Peppino. Remember, we do not remember him. We are sure of that fact, eh? If there was a man with a red hairpiece, but his moustache did not match the color, then I do not think I could have forgotten him. Kazuma said these two had only been shown that photograph and they'd been told nothing else at all. But what if I fed them just one other detail about the victim? For example, his fish and chips. I can certainly appreciate that just knowing the man had red hair wouldn't help you remember in this situation. But what if I told you that the man was always munching on a packet of fish and chips? Do you remember a man who was eating incessantly? Oh, not really. I was looking only at the heads of the applicants. I wouldn't have noticed the fish and chips any more than the caviar and smoked salmon. Or a spaghetti. Me! I love the spaghetti. Really? I had no idea. Oh, tell them again what you said before, Peppino. Oh, si, capo, si. I say it again and again. Allora, this victim is nothing to do with us. Hold it! But we only have your word for that. See, but what else can we do, eh? Ah, true. Oh, we are not having much fun these days. First, we are arrested. Then, we are shown the horrible picture of a dead man. And now, you question every single thing we say. We are the victims here. Aye, capo. No, you were caught carrying out a plot to swindle hundreds of innocent people. Thousands. Well, 1,000. Oh. You had to bring that up, eh? It's not fair. Aye, capo. Oh, you have a lot to answer for, Peppino. It is your fault that we got caught in the first place. Hold it! What do you mean by that? Oh, cavallo, you promised not to say. Aye, capo. After we had taken all the money that day, we should have left the country. That was my plan. I left the purchasing of the tickets for the ferry to Dunkerque to my companion here. But he bought them for the wrong day. Oops. Oh, see, but it's an easy mistake to make. Eh? The 31st. Oh, bah. I have no sympathy for you. We were all delayed for the boat because of your stupidity. And it's only because of this that the so-called great red-headed detective caught us. Oh, capo, you know what I think. This is the word of God. Is holy punishment, eh? Oh, Peppino, for the last time. This is not holy punishment. This is only your fault. Don't blame God for your unholy mistakes. You are making me sick with anger. He looks like he's in pain. Yeah, more in pain than angry, really. Maybe I make a mistake, but when it is time to eat the pasta, no one is faster. Oh, and I've seen the evidence. Not sure how that's relevant here, but okay. They haven't told us much we didn't already know. Oh, what do you think, Naruto-san? Well, if it was the inspector's diary, if it was in the inspector's diary, it seems likely that he must have gone to Lion Street that day. And yet, these two both claim they didn't see him. Oh, I have to say, they don't appear to be telling lies. Well, they are experts in deception, don't forget. Sounding plausible is their specialty. Maybe lying simply to avoid being implicated in this case as well. Oh, surely if they were truly experts in deception, they wouldn't have been caught. Oh, well, yes, you do have a point there. It seems to me like we need more information. Oh, definitely. Okay, I think we haven't looked at some evidence. Oh, no, we didn't. Is there anything about... Flame red wig found at the scene of the crime. Presumably it belonged to Inspector Gregson. Wait, there was something... No, there was something here. I always wondered what the underside of a hairpiece looks like. Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all. Maruko-san, you always want to see what lies beneath, don't you? I'm sure that's quite how I'd put it. You must have to use lots of bird lime to keep it in place on your head. So it doesn't get blown off in a gust of wind, I mean. Oh, that might be a little inconvenient when you wanted to take it off again, don't you think? Okay, there's nothing interesting about that. What about the ad? An account of the bequest of the late Ezekiel Hopkins of Lebanon, PA USA. There is now another vacancy open which entitles a member of the league to a salary of £4 a week for purely nominal services. All red-headed men who are sound in body and mind and above the age of 21 years are eligible. Apply in person on the morning of the 31st at the large park on Lime Street. A most fantastic money-making opportunity. We have a picture, but we don't know that it's him yet, so it's not gonna be of use. Gun. Or maybe because we gave them... We don't have Gregson diary as evidence. No, I was looking for that, but we don't. Because we talked about the fish and chips. Maybe we need to talk about something else. That's not in the back. Okay. According to what you said, okay. Oui, that's true. My eyes were burning by the end of the day. Surely then, you can't actually remember everything you face. Oh, normally, but not when you have a stab on the heads. Okay. Information you could even give us. Okay. It isn't the line, Pepino. There was a man with a red hairpiece. Okay. But what if I fed them just one of the details about the victim? Surely he wouldn't have used his real name, would he? I can try that. I can certainly appreciate that just knowing the man had red hair wouldn't help you remember him in this situation. But what if I told you that the man's name was Gregson? It's not gonna work. The man in the photograph is a Monsieur Gregson? Yes. Oh, names. They are boring. I did not listen to any of them. Oh. Oh, it was not a real interview, eh? It was just for a show. For a show. Why will I remember the names? Oh, that's right. This changes nothing. The man in the photograph was not there. And we have already said, as we have already said. I see. It seems there's still to be gained from pursuing this point further. Oh, tell them again what you said before, Peppino. Sì, capo, sì. I see it again and again. Okay. Allora, this victim is nothing to do with us. Okay. We got to answer, Peppino. It's not your fault that we got. It's your fault. That's not that. Not that. Don't remember. This is dead now. Well, we have to try the profession then. I mean, we gotta try. Okay, we can go over all that. Okay. Normally, yeah, okay. Which is not the right, Pino. Remember. Don't remember him. Okay. Customer said, okay. Okay. Another detail. It's profession. Can certainly appreciate that just knowing the man had red hair will help you remember in this situation. What if I told you that the man in the red hair piece was actually a detective? The man in the photograph. The man in the photograph. A detective? Yes. It would appear he found your notice in the paper suspicious. Decided to investigate incognito. Sorry, but this changes nothing. This changes nothing. Oh, but what about you, Peppino?
Excuse me.
Something to add, Mr. De Rossi? Mr. How am I supposed to pronounce this name? In English, I don't know. Something to add, Mr. De Rossi? Sì, I am always adding something. Parmesan, olive oil, pepper. What I mean is, did you not agree with your friend's last remark by any chance? Eh? What did he just say? About the detective? Yes, that. Keep your mouth shut, Peppino. You have said enough already. Oh, but why, Capo? What is the problem? There was a man who said, I am an inspector from Scotland Yard. What? Oh, good lord. Order. Explain this what of us in your testimony, witness. Oh, it's simple. A man who was at the park. There was no such man. My die. What are you saying, Capo? Have you forgotten, eh? I have forgotten nothing. Nobody like this came to the park. Basta, Capo, basta. You bet me at many things, but not two. The memory and the meals. Like I said, when it is time to eat at the pasta, no one is a faster. Ah, but you are inferior to me in every other way, so shut up.
Objection.
Seems to be a conflict of desk hitting. Oh dear. Trop tard. The damage is done. Oh, indeed it is, sir. Oui, there was a man who came to the park, and he said he was an inspector from Scotland Yard. However, he looked nothing like the man in the photograph. He was someone else. How can you be so sure? Because, to start with, his face was completely different. See, is it true? Is it true? The man who came was younger. His face was clean shaved. His eyes were sadder. His chin was thinner. Oh, it's Vigil. It's Vigil. Oh dear. Do you mean to say that Gregson, the Gregson we know, is a disguise? Could it be? Oh, no resemblance whatsoever then. Anyway, I was not going to be fooled. I took the obvious precaution and said to him, "If you are really a detective, show us the proof." See, the capo here. He doesn't take no nonsense, eh? But he was well prepared. He said he had identification. Identification? You mean official police inspector's identification? That is most unconvincing. Sorry, my lord? Counsel, no incognito inspector would offer his identification for inspection. Is quite out of the question. Definitely. Why would he expose his true identity? Clearly, the papers were fake. Certo, capo, you are a genius. As we say in Italia, it takes a thief to recognize another, aye? And what happened after he announced that he was a detective? He became very annoying, he said. You are under investigation. So I took his paper from him and chased him out of the park. Oh, it was a fantastico. And look, here is the identification. Oh, come on. Is it? We have to see that. So, you stole it from the man? He had it coming. He made us very scared. But he was not who he said he was. Indeed, the person described does not appear to have behaved as a true inspector would. However, I believe it would be prudent for these identification papers to be entered into evidence. But I like them. The inspector's ID has been entered into the court record. Okay, we have to look at that. Now, let us return to the witness's testimony. Well, before that, we have to look at that. Okay, so, what are you telling us? Well, I suppose we should see what this inspector's identification looks like inside. Well, that's a picture. Oh yes, definitely looks fake, doesn't it? Oh, out of interest, what name is given? Probably just something plucked out of the air. It's Tobias Gregson. Wait, what? Wait, what? Exactly? Oh, this is Scotland Yard insignia. Looks genuine to me. But how? The department and identification number details are all correct as well. Oh, since when have you known those? Do you mean to say? Oh, I know it seems incredible, but yes. I think this is a genuine identification book issued by Scotland Yard. But that's unbelievable. this is a real thing after all? Is... Where, what? Huh. Shocking. Allora, this victim is nothing to do with us. Okay, no. Well, it's not in the park. Okay, we can present the identification maintenant.
Objection!
I wonder if I could ask you to examine this identification book very closely. Mr. Strad? Why, Mr. Strad? What is your intention here, Counsel? Is this really a fake, or is it genuine? That's the question, which we can't answer ourselves.
Objection!
Don't be ridiculous. No Scotland Yard detective would allow his or her identification to be stolen. Oh, that is the boss. No question about it. Oh, it can't be. As I suspected. The undercover detective who attended the Red-Headed League's enrollment on the day in question was the real Inspector Gregson, carrying out an incognito investigation. Wait, what? Then why did he present himself as an inspector then? So that you wouldn't believe he was one? That's a very weird trick. Oh, zut alors! That's not very incognito, is it? Maybe it's some kind of weird reverse psychology thing? I don't know. But it did work though, because he didn't believe he was a real inspector. Order! Order! But if the boss had his certification stolen, he would have reported it straight away. I mean, he was always on at me about it. If you lost Summit... Summit? What? If you lose Summit, report it at once, he'd say. Could it be then that the inspector was physically unable to report it? Oh dear. Oh, physically, eh? What are you saying? Unable to. You're suggesting. Yes, it's quite possible that he was killed before he had the chance to report his identification stolen. No. Order, order, order. The defense posits that the victim was killed the day before his body was discovered, at a different location. Do you two have anything to say about that? I know nothing. I know nothing. Oh, pull yourself together, Pepino. Mon Dieu, you can behave a little more like a master criminal than that, no? Now I wish I had a return to Italia. Oh, stop crying, Pepino, please. Otherwise, I... Lume, stop your whining and start talking. Whining. Well, I believe that... I know nothing. I done nothing. But you will tell everything, or face the worst possible outcome. You will dry your eyes and testify again. About these identification papers and the precise circumstances under which you came by them. By them. Wow. Starting to mix my accents. For crying out loud. Well, he is crying out loud. The detective and the identification. Oh, the truth is, we took him prisoner and kept him for the night at our secret hideout. Even though I didn't think he was a real detective, I was too scared to let him go that day, just in case. Oh, we took the man's identification from him and shut him in the room next to ours. Oh, there might have been a little tussle, but we didn't him no harm. And the next morning we let him go. Oh, he spent the night in a nice room. It was nothing like a prison, really. Hey. Oh, this is outrageous. You imprisoned the man? Oh, but no, see, no, it was not like a prison. He was very comfortable and calm and happy. Aye, capo. Oh, it was never part of my plan. I swear it. Oh, so. You think it was of my fault, eh? Just because I got the date of the fairy wrong by one little day. Oh, I do not think it was your fault, Peppino. I know it. Oh, no. Per favor, capo. It is not fair. You should have plenty of time for squabbling back at the prison, gentlemen. Oh, I don't believe this. How could you have been a real detective? Kidnapping a Scotland Yard detective probably not the best decision. Yeah, but they didn't think he was a real one, so... Well, no, that said, they kidnapped him because there was a chance he was a real one, so... yeah. Counsel for the defense, proceed with the cross-examination. So, on the day before the incident, Gregson spent the night confined in the spare's hideout. I think we're gonna cross-examine those statements, and we're gonna have to stop there. Okay. Oh, the truth is, we took him prisoner and kept him from the night at our secret hideout. Where is the hideout? Yeah, I think I'm gonna ask that. Do you realize what you're saying? Oh, you have to believe me. I never intended for that to happen. And I'm sure the detective did not intend it to either. Do you think? But there was nothing else I could do. Oh, see, nothing else. This was the first crime for the capo. He was at the end of his wits. Oh, I have told you before, Peppino. That is not the way to describe a criminal mastermind. What about this hideout of yours? An old empty house behind the park on Lime Street. Oh, we rented the place for 2 days. It was an inspired idea by the capo here. Impulsive idea, I would say. Oh, no, not impulsive. Inspired. Hey, capo. Oh, what am I supposed to say to that, eh, Peppino? And it was in the house described that you confined Inspector Gregson, was it? Oui. But you have to remember, I was under the impression that he was a pretender, not a real inspector. That doesn't quite add up though. If you didn't think the man was a real inspector, there would have been no reason to take him prisoner, would there? No, you are right, but we couldn't be completely certain. Oh, even though I didn't think he was a real detective, I was too scared to let him go that day, just in case.
Hold it!
Too scared? Why? Oh, because why had he come to the park? We didn't know. There was a chance that he had seen through my plan. Oh, and if that was the case, he would go straight to the police station to blow at the whistle on us. Even if he was just feigning to be an inspector, he was up to no good, eh? Without a doubt. I think most people would agree that it's you two who were up to no good. Oh, well, see, you may be right. Hai capo. The point is, we are not able to escape from England immediately. That is why we had no choice but to take the man prisoner. What I don't understand is why the inspector felt the need to show you his identification in the first place. See, I asked myself the same question. Oh, we were writing down the names and addresses of all the people who took we took 5 shillings from that day. I have forgotten what name he said, but the address, it startled me. Sì, address. Okay, way to go undercover, Gregson. Address, Scotland Yard, Homicide Division, he said. What? He probably didn't like your face, Peppino. Anyway, I was not rude. I just politely asked him why he had said it. Anyway, I wasn't rude. I just politely asked him why he had said it. And that's when he started to say he was an inspector. Not long afterwards, he took out his identification. Oh, but what was Inspector Gregson playing at? Tell the court what happened next. You took him back to your hideout, you say? Oh, see, we did. Oh, we took the man identification from him and shut him in the room next to ours.
Hold it!
Oh, that being this identification book here, correct? See, that is the one. Oh, what made you believe that it was a forgery? Oh, I never seen the real one, of course. But he was so suspicious, it is the man. Allora, I was thinking, it must be a falso. Ai capo. Oui, it is just as Peppino has said. We are convinced it was not genuine. And so together, the hilarious brother, we took the man captive. All we did was shove him inside the locked room. Then we made preparations to transport all of the money. In for a penny, in for a pound. Oh, there might have been a little tussle, but we did him no harm. And the next morning we let him go.
Hold it!
What do you mean by a little tussle exactly? Whoa. It was nothing, just a minor incident. Oh, the false inspector. He was a real piece of work. Aye, capo. What happened? Oh, it was a disaster. We gave him a nice room, and what does he do? In the middle of the night, he tries to escape through the ventilatore. Can you blame him though? We chased him, bien sûr, and we caught him again. Oh, can you blame us? Wait, you didn't? What? Shoot the man in your haste. Did you? Oh, suit. Who do you think we are? Of course not. I simply caught hold of him again and took him back to the room. What about you?
Excuse me!
Mr. De Rossi, is something wrong? Oh dear. Me? Something Mr. De Rousseau just said seemed to make you, well, it seemed to make you act even more strangely than usual. What was that all about? What was that all about? Oh, Cavolo, at a time like that, you don't want to have the capo after you, believe me. And I speak from personal experience. Personal experience? That is enough, Epino. There is no need to say more. The truth is, the night before we put the Red League plan into action, I was scared. It was not fair to the capo, but I tried to run away. Oh, it's a shame you didn't manage it. But the capo here, he came after me like the turbine, eh? What? And he dragged me back to the house, kicking and screaming. I still have the bruises to prove it, ai capo. Bruises, you say? Wait, what? Did he lasso them? What? Kinda looks painful though. You wanna see? You wanna see my fantastic bruises? That's enough now, Peppino. No one wants to look at any part of you. Oh, what to do? I show you, or I don't. I show you, or I don't. You do, now. Allora, if everybody wants to see, then I do it. Ecco, you see, still very visible, eh? That red ring around your neck, you got that when you were dragged back to the house? See, the capo, sometimes, is a... I said that's enough. Peppino's neck is nothing to do with what we are talking about here. You have my word. Yes. What is your opinion, Council? Wait. Let's look at the picture of Gregson. We don't have any... There's nothing there. And there's nothing on the autopsy report, so... That's weird. But I've seen that somewhere. Where did I see that? I don't remember. Wait, does that mean Leapy was passing as Gregson? Oh! It's the same bruise as Leapy. Yeah, it is. Oh, Leapy did it. Oh, god damn it. Or maybe he didn't. Oh, I don't know. Ah, that's where I saw that. Oh, good catch. It is important. Come on. Mr. De Rossi, I'm going to have to ask you to amend your testimony with details about that mark on your neck. Aye, Capo, you see, everyone is interested in what I say. Very well. You will amend your testimony as requested, Mr. De Rossi. See, if you really want to know. He tried to escape, but the capo put the collare on him and dragged him back, like what he did to me, see?
Hold it!
Are you saying that red mark was caused by... See, a big collare made from the leather. A leather collar? Is this true, Mr. De Rousseau? What? We had a Saint Bernard at home when I was younger. It is a souvenir from that time, with a very strong chain. A strong chain? And you put that around your friend's neck? Oh, I'm sorry. I was so angry that he was leaving me alone. Oh, you did not have to tie the chain to the leg of the bed, though, eh? I would not have tried to run again. You didn't do that to Inspector Gregson as well, did you? Treat the people as equal. Is it the capo here's motto? Motto, eh? It's starting to sound a lot more like a prison all of a sudden. Oh, the capo is tough, but the capo is rough. I shouldn't have done it. So, the following morning, when you released the inspector. Oh, he had the red ring around his neck, just like me. Pepino, s'il vous plaît. Leave it now. Oh, now you know, the capo here, you don't want to tangle with him, eh? But the inspector is not so bad. Spend the night in a nice room. Oh, okay, but he tried to escape. Okay, so now we're gonna present the picture because there is no ring on the picture, is it? Now we can see the neck clearly, and there's no ring.
Objection!
So the day before his body was discovered, Inspector Gregson was taken prisoner while working incognito. No, it was not like that. It was hardly a prison. It was an invitation to stay. It was homely. However, you describe it, there's one glaring inconsistency that remains. Oh, what inconsistency is this, Counsel? I would ask the court to look closely at this photograph of the victim, Inspector Gregson. You will see that there is no red ring visible around his neck. Wait. If it's lippy, how come they didn't mention the lip? That wouldn't... I mean, they would remember that for sure. But it's gonna be lippy for sure, but it's kind of weird. Hey, but that makes no sense. It was me who took the collar of the man, off the man, in the morning. And I saw the red bruise on his neck, just like I have. Given that the mark is still clearly visible on this witness's neck, we'd expect to see bruising on the victim, who was put in the collar more recently than Mr. De Rossi. Oh, indeed. That is most peculiar. Oh, but what we tell you, eh? We say this from the beginning, many times. Oui, Peppino is right. The man is a photograph. He's someone different from the man we held captive that night. Order. It would appear then that on the day before the incident, the man who visited the park on Lime Street posing as an incognito inspector was not Inspector Gregson at all.
Objection!
If that's true, however, how do you explain the inspector's identification? This is a genuine identification book, issued by Scotland Yard. It's inconceivable that someone could have stolen such an important item from the inspector. The prosecution made that assertion itself. Using their own words against them. And we also know that the inspector had made a note about the Red-Headed League in his diary for that day. Which surely means we can't divorce the two events completely. The inconsistency noted by the defense is most troubling. If it were the real Inspector Gregson whom these two red-headed gentlemen encountered... Well, gentlemen, I don't know. The fact that no bruising can be seen around his neck defies explanation. But equally, if they actually encountered an impostor, how did that person come to be in possession of the real inspector's identification? Does the defense have some plausible explanation, counsel? The whole thing defies explanation. Well, it really doesn't. It is for precisely these occasions that we keep meticulous notes in the court record, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, Naruhodo-san, sorry. Because those are the facts, and the facts cannot lie. Well, sorry, Sato-san, but the facts can lie, but... No, the facts can't lie. Even when they point to something so incredible, it's almost unbelievable. Well, my lord, the true identity of the person who turned up in the park for the Red-Headed League's enrollment is revealed by information in the court record, I believe. Is it? Is it? Oh, Lippy has the mark. You can see it clearly here. He does kind of look like young Gregson. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, good gracious. Very tantalizing, Meruhodo-san. So why don't you help us all to see whatever truth in it is that you've apparently seen? Who exactly was this inspector that appeared before Mr. Doruso and Mr. De Rossi? An imposter. Though it seems incredible, I admit, the undeniable facts point to only one thing. Since no bruising can be seen on the victim's neck, the person who these two red-headed men took prisoner that day cannot have been Inspector Gregson. In other words, your whole argument up to now has been a waste of time. Well, you know, you've been in that place before. Well, not you, but the prosecution.
Objection!
On the contrary, I haven't finished. What? There's no bruising on the victim's neck, so the question immediately posed next is... who exactly was this man in the park on Lime Street found to be carrying Inspector Gregson's identification?
Oh, see, that's right. We tell the same story every time. Whoever this man was, the capo dragged him from a pillar to a post with the collare.
Oh, mon Dieu, Peppino. It was not so harsh as you say.
So, who was that falso inspector, eh? Who was he?
Clearly, the defense has an idea about that. About the true identity of the man these two imprisoned that night. Oh, I must ask the counsel for defense to elaborate post-haste. Post-haste? Okay. Who did the witness encounter in the park, posing as Inspector Gregson? Okay, thanks to... Akish, we know that it's Lippy.
Take that!
Oh, goodness me. Isn't that... One of the witnesses who was in the stand in this very courtroom earlier today. A nameless man, whose only occupation appears to be peddling hearsay to passers-by.
Objection!
What on earth would a street seller be doing with the police inspector's identification papers? Witnesses, is this a man or not? Oh, what has happened to his lip? Oh, so it didn't... Okay. Didn't have it yesterday. It must be related to the case then. What has happened to his lip? Oh.
Oh, see, this man is not for the red-headed league, eh? He's looking for the twisted lip league, no?
Perhaps rather than making such a rash claim next time, you should bite your lip instead. It seemed improbable, yes, but one undeniable fact remains. During his testimony earlier, I noted something around the man's neck. A red ring of bruising. Eh? Or more appropriately, huh? What? The defense demands that Mr. Gossip be brought back to the stand. Order, bailiff. Bring the aforementioned witness back into the courtroom. Immediately. Uh-huh.
Oh, Rossi is so proud of the ring.
Oh, well, another undeniable ring of bruising indeed. Identical to that of the witness beside him. Okay. Sorry, but we're gonna have to stop there. It's getting late. Oh dear. Rossi looks so happy to show his neck. Yeah. Oh, he's very cute. Because it matches the other one. Oh dear. What a turn of events. But I'm pretty sure he's not gonna be the one who killed Gregson. It's too early for that. What a turn of events indeed. Pretty sure it's gonna be someone else. Just happened to get hold of Gregson's papers. Anyway, we're gonna continue all of that tomorrow night. So be there. Well, thanks for being here tonight. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good rest of your day. Please take care and stay safe. And I hope to see you tomorrow then. Bye.